Hello, hello. So I just want to start off this recording with saying how much harder game development is than I had anticipated. Um, but yeah, so some of the features, the first feature I'd like to talk about is my layout. So I made the platform way bigger and I wanted it to be horizontally like longer than everything else because I wanted the player to head in like a specific direction to feel like they're progressing through the game. So as you can see, it's a way larger layout and I added a bunch of different items and hills for the player to navigate, which I think really adds a lot. As you can see on the left side of the screen in the hierarchy, I didn't really do a good job organizing, but as you can see, I added quite a few items. Yeah. So next up was the music. So for this assignment, I decided not to use uh, ChatGPT or any other AIs and just use my knowledge and maybe a few Googles just to try and prove to myself that I did learn a lot. So I think it definitely shows. uh, but that being said, I added music. So you can see I added a new assets folder with my song that I downloaded from YouTube. And then I added it in somewhere in the hierarchy, trying to find it. But yeah, so it just loops endlessly while the game is playing, and I'll show you that again. But lastly, I downloaded a bunch of assets from the Unity store, which was pretty cool. I didn't know that was a thing. See if I can pull it up. That's not it. There we go. So yeah, I literally downloaded like 1,000 assets. Bit overkill, but it was cool being able to go through and try and get the vibe I wanted for this assignment. So yeah, every item has its own texture, which I think was pretty cool. And then yeah, so that's everything. Now I'll just show you the final deliverable one more time just because I'm kind of proud of it. So yeah, everything's textured. I retextured the enemy and the player. I think it looks pretty good. Some things I wanted to add was for the soundtrack to change tempo or speed depending on if the player won or died, which I think would have been pretty cool. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to complete that. I tried, but no, I couldn't get it to work. Another feature I wanted to try to add was having a timer in the top right, just so you could kind of see if you're improving or not, like up here, which I think would be really cool. But again, didn't have enough time. So yeah, this is my final. I hope you like it, and thanks for the awesome class. Peace.